Today we've got a video for your hips, for your glutes, for strength and stability in the pelvis. A lot of what might happen down the leg or even up through your torso in your lower back is thanks to your hips. So having stable and strong hip rotators, pelvic stabilizers, glutes can help to protect your knees, protect your ankles, protect your hips themselves, protect your low back. The beauty is that our body is a whole chain. So when one part of the chain is not quite working right, the rest of it might fall out of sync. So when we just tune up that little section of the chain, the rest of the circuit, the rest of the mechanism, the rest of the machine works better. So you may have tuned into our shoulder hygiene, shoulder strength, shoulder love video. This is the hip version of that. You will begin today with a little bit of hip hygiene, rehabilitation exercises that are gentle enough to practice daily. Then we'll move into hip strengthening, which will be more like a workout that you do every few days, giving yourself lots of break time, recovery time in between. And finally, we'll finish off with some stretches. And again, stretches are gentle enough to practice daily. So the muscles that we're really targeting today are the glute max, the glute med, the glute min, and the piriformis. You will get a little bit of hamstring, a little bit of quad happening today as well. Just a little note about the glute min and the piriformis. Those two muscles you might have heard of before, piriformis especially. They're little external rotators on the hip or right under the glute max. They're the ones that turn your leg outward, and they're really important for helping to stabilize into the hip joint. Then we've got the glute med, and that one is the most important for stabilizing the pelvis. And so glute med weakness can lead to weird walking, tipping to one side, dropping the hip to one side, and that can lead to malalignment into the knees. So if you've had physio before, you might remember your physio teaching you exercises like clam shells and glute marches and things like that. This might be a little bit of a review video for you, but nonetheless, really important, really good to do. So those glute meds are our stabilizers. And then we've got the glute max, that's the big booty muscle, okay? That's the one that allows us to kick back. It allows us to squat, lunge, hinge, pivot. It's a nice major mover of the body. All right, let's not talk anymore. Let's get right down to it. So you're gonna come down on your mat, lying on your side. By the way, you don't need any equipment for this workout unless you choose to have a weight or two. It's completely up to you. So I'm supporting my head with my hand, but you can also just lay your head right down. Your knees tuck forward, so if you were to look up, you'd see that your feet are in line with your hips, with your knees drawn forward. Your free hand is in front of you, and we're gonna do clam shells. So your feet are flexed, you're gonna lift your knee, lower it. 2, 3, now try to avoid a backwards roll. 4, we're not rolling backward. 5, that's what this free hand is for. 6, 7, you might start to feel this into the glute med. 8, it should be very localized. 9, if you feel it down your leg. 10, adjust your leg position. 11, maybe bring your knees forward or bring them back. 12, okay, so that was 12 already. Let's flip over to the other side. Support your head in your hand, knees are forward, your hips and heels are in line, free hand is in front of you, feet are flexed, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it should be localized right here. 10, 11, 12. Remember, if it's not, adjust. Maybe tuck forward, maybe bring it back. None of us are made the same way. None of us look like a textbook, which is why exercises look different for people, and that's perfectly okay. Let's do a glute bridge with a march. You're gonna lift your bum up. We need those glute med to stabilize the pelvis. We're gonna be up, lift, lower, keep your bum up. 3, 4, 5, keep your bum high. 6, 7, keep that pelvis nice and stable. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now come down. We're gonna add on to this. You're gonna keep your bum up. Go out, in, down. Do it again. Up, go out, in, down. Keep your bum high. Up, go out, in, now down. That's 3. Up, go out, in, down. That's 4. Up, go out, in, down. That's 5. Up, go out, in, down. That's 6. Up, go out, in, down. Whole 7. Up, go out. Do you feel those glutes and hamstrings? Oh, that's 8. Up, go out, in, down. That's 9. Oh, up, out, in, down. That's 10. Up, go out, in, down. 11 and up, out, in, and down. There's your 12. Hoo-wee, we should feel those glutes, hamstrings, maybe adductors and abductors out here. You're gonna come back to a side lying. We're gonna have your bottom leg tucked forward, your top leg long. You're gonna point your top leg, and here we go, pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Flip her over. Let's do the other side. Bottom knee tucks forward, top leg is long, point your toes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo-wee! That was round 1 of hip hygiene. Let's go back at it. Now I will say there are many different exercises that are really healthy and helpful for glute med. Let's start. 1, and glute max and those hip rotators. These are just some of my favorites that require no equipment whatsoever. Remembering that we want to feel this really localized, so if you don't feel it in that one spot on the upper glute, change your positioning. And there's our 12. Let's flip it over. Lots of flipping around here. All right, feet are flexed, knees poke forward, hand is in front of you to prevent your roll back. 1, 2, 3. Are your hips warm yet? 4. Mine are. 5. Feeling it right here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No rolling back. 11 and 12. Now this might actually be more challenging than you think. And that's because you might have a little bit of weakness in those glute knees. All right, we're up. We're gonna march. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lift higher. 10. Woo! 11. Woo! 12. Good. All right, we're gonna go up, out, in, down. Here we go. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Squeeze your bum. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, ooh, out, come on, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, burns so good. 2 more. Up, out, in, down, and up, out, in, down. Ooh, nice job. Okay, lying on your side again. Let's go for that last exercise. You're on your side, hand under the head, free hand in front, top leg is pointed, and pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Flip her over. This one's the nicest one of them all, isn't it? 1, 2. If you want to do more, you do more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're going to get into that last round of hip hygiene. Here we go. Knees tuck forward, feet are flexed. Let's take it away. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip her over, team. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beauty. Let's march it out. You're on your back, elbows dig in. Here we go. We're up and we march. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Tuck those knees in for a sec. Let's do that. Up, out, in, down. Here we go. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Squeeze those glutes. Out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Come on, up, out, in, down. 5 more. Up, out, in, down. Go up, out, in, down. Come on, up, out, in, down. Last 2. Squeeze it. This is the one we're going to feel tomorrow. There's your 12. You did it. Roll on over to that side again. Your bottom knee tucks forward. Your top leg is long. Point your toes. Let's pulse it out. We're going to do double. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Flip her over. Okay. Bottom knee tucks forward. Let's do it. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. All right. I want you to take a little water break here. Grab a sip of water and then maybe collect 2 medium weights, 2 heavy weights, or just 1. We've now finished our hip warm-up and our hip hygiene. Like I said before, this is healthy and safe enough to do daily for that stabilization of the pelvis, that strengthening of your hips, which will travel down the leg and up past your low back. It's really fascinating how the body works like a whole system. So now we're moving on to some strength. We are going to do 4 exercises, 20 seconds of each, and 3 rounds through. Number 1, you've got a side plank on the right with a lift up. Then you've got a side plank on the left with a lift up. Then we've got a glute bridge with heavy weight on your lap. And finally, curtsy lunges with heavy weight. So let's get started with that side plank. Come down, elbow, knees stacking one on top of the other. We're gonna lift, lift, lower. Lift bum, lift leg, lower. Take a moment to figure it out. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Now, of course, squeeze your butt. Lift, lift, lower. 3, 2, 1, 0. I want you to flip to the other side. Take your time to get there. We're gonna bend the knees. Elbow down on the mat, free hand in front of you. Your knees are stacked, one on top of each other. The feet are kind of behind you there. Let's do this. Squeeze your butt. You're gonna lift your butt, lift your leg, lower. Lift your butt, lift your leg, lower. Squeeze it. Lift your butt, lift your leg, lower. Lift your butt, lift your leg, lower. Keep it up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take a moment, flip onto your back. Grab 2 weights or 1, rest them on the hip crest, and hold them in place. Don't carry the weight with your hands, carry the weight with your hips. There's those hip bones there, right? I like to set this right on there. I know it's not totally comfy, but you can do it. Dig your heels in, let's go. 1. Squeeze that booty. Do you need to touch down in between? I don't think so. Give her a go, do that. You're almost there. Ooh, squeeze that butt. Come on. Rest. Okay, come to stand. You're gonna need your weight. We're doing curtsy lunges. They look like this. Curtsy, switch, curtsy, switch. We're starting in 5. Here we go now. I want you to push your weight through your heel. So like I said, we're doing about 20 seconds of each exercise. All right, stop that. Let's come down onto your side again. Round 2 of 3. Side plank, hip lift, leg raise. Are you ready? Let's do it. Go. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze your bum. Lift, 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 lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oof. Take your time. Flip over. Other side. Here we go. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze your bum. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come onto your back. Grab those weights, place them on your hips. Okay, let's go for it. Bridge it out. Here we go. Squeeze your bum. You don't have to touch your butt down. Push your heels in. Last one. And there's your 20. Make your way up. Let's go for that 4th exercise, 2nd round. Curtsy lunge. Weight is in your front heel. Really curtsy across behind. Go. Maybe you can get that back knee really close to the floor. Maybe not. It's okay. As long as you feel your glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oof. Well done, team. 1 round to go. Let's do it up. Come on down. Elbow plank, knee plank, free hand wherever you'd like it. Maybe up to sky this time. Ready, go. Squeeze your bum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Knee plank, elbow plank, free hand to sky if you can. Let's do it. Lift hips, lift leg. Ooh, sweaty. Burning. and done. Oh, you did it. Let's come to glute bridge. Weight is on those hip crests, holding them in place. Dig your heels in. Let's take it away. Use your breath. Squeeze your butt. There's your 20. Come on up. You've got curtsy. I'm gonna add a little challenge. Pulse, double, and then come back through center. Here we go. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. Ooh, you should really feel your glutes now. 2 more per side. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1 more per side. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, done. You did it. Hey, that was short and sweet, but baby, you're gonna feel those booties tomorrow. Nice job. Let's stretch it out. Come down onto the mat. Lay on your back. Hug your knees in. First stretch. Left leg on the floor, right knee hugs in. Now take your left hand to hold your right knee. Pull this right leg all the way over to the left side, as far as you can, without hurting your back. Settle that right arm long out to the right side, and look to the right. Gently return through center. Left foot on the floor, right leg to sky. Point and flex the toe. Now, keeping your foot flexed, let's cross this right ankle over your left thigh. Option to pick that left leg up off the floor. Remember I said option. You don't have to do that. You can leave your foot down. You should feel that right in those glutes, baby. Oh, hello. All right, let's release that. Roll on your side, pull your heel back to your butt. It's true that we didn't overly work the quads, we didn't overly work the hamstrings, but they were a part of it. All right, lay on your back, hug your left knee in for a pause. Now take your right hand on your left knee, left arm reaches to the left side of the room, and then that left leg pulls across. Noticing that into the low back, maybe left rib cage and left hip. Easy does it, returning. Right knee bends up, extend this left leg, and then point and flex. Okay, flex that left foot, cross this ankle over your right thigh, and then option to pick up that right leg. Feel that glute. Ooh, hello. All right, roll on your right side, reach back, pull your left heel to your butt. All right, releasing that. Let's come to sit. Left leg out in front, right leg steps over. Use your left arm to hug that right leg and twist. This is that piriformis, one of the external rotators, a finger-like muscle that wraps around the outer hip. Release it, right leg long, left knee bending up. Use that right arm to hug that left leg and left hand behind you. And then look back behind you and pull this leg across the front. Again, it's that piriformis, that outer hip. Release both legs out, folding forward over the legs. Look ahead, keep your spine as long as you can. And let's come up, feet together, knees wide, soles of the feet touch each other. Fold forward, butterfly stretch. For those inner thighs, the adductors and the groin. Finally, we're gonna come to all fours. Slowly. You're gonna shift your right leg back, your left leg forward, coming into a modified pigeon or pigeon pose. If this doesn't work for you, stay in that piriformis stretch or come back to that seated piriformis stretch. Release that. Left leg back, right leg forward. Again, coming into that pigeon or piriformis. You can do that seated as well. And from here, we're going to finish with a low lunge. So from your hands and knees, you're going to swing one leg forward. Hands on that front knee. Shift your hips forward. If it's your right leg back, your right arm reaches high. You should feel that into that hip flexor. Let's switch it out. Hands on that front leg, shift your hips forward. And then if it's your left leg back, your left arm reaches. Ooh. Put your knees down, put your feet together, knees wide, sink down, child's pose. Thank you so much for joining me for some hip love, hip hygiene, which can be done daily, hip strengthening, which can be done every other day, and hip stretching, which can be done every single day. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you come back to it anytime you have ankle, knee, hip, or back issues and uncomfortable feelings in those spaces. This should help open everything up, strengthen everything up, and then loosen it up. Have a great day.